Am I going crazy or what? Today, all 4 of my MLB picks will be on underdogs, and I don't recall the last time I did that. I'm Professor MJ from Quebec City in Canada. Welcome, Bookie Crushers! Alright, let's start quickly by recapping yesterday's action. I shared 4 more MLB predictions, and they posted a 2-2 record. Yesterday we took 2 underdogs and a very small underdog along with a favorite, and unfortunately we picked up 2 wins and 2 losses, and a person risking $100 per play suffered a tiny loss of $22. So in other words, we had a 1/5 of a unit loss yesterday. Now hopefully today, since we are taking only underdogs, all we need is to win 2 out of 4 to rack up some profits. So let's get started with the Seattle-Philadelphia game, and in this match I am taking the Mariners first half money line at plus 130 odds or 2.3 in decimal format. And by the way, this is the underdog that I like the most today. It is graded 4 stars out of 5. Alright, so in this situation, we have Seattle entering this game on a 4-game losing skid. And thankfully for them, they remain just 1.5 games behind the Astros, who are not doing much better lately. Meanwhile, the Phillies are flying high following a 3-game winning streak. Now they have put some space between themselves and the Mets because they hold a 5.5 game lead atop the NL East division right now. Now the Mariners, they fit under a betting system called the Hot Bet number 1, which goes like this. Bet against the home team if they either won the last 2 games by scoring at least 6 runs in each of those victories, or if they won their past 4 games by scoring a minimum of 5 runs in each of those games. Now, if you focus on the home club, Philadelphia, they have indeed won their last 2 games by scoring 6 and 12 runs. So by following those rules, we must fade the Phillies, and that's why I am selecting the Mariners here. And I have decided to go with the first half money line only, because I want to take full advantage of the pitching duel. So I trust Luis Castillo more than Jesus Luzardo. I know that Castillo got hammered in his last start against the Mets, but he's still enjoying a pretty good season, as shown by his 3.48 ERA, and also in 3 career starts against Philly, he owns a nice 2.75 ERA. On the other hand, we have Jesus Luzardo, whose 2025 numbers reflect his career numbers. He owns a 4.21 ERA and a 1.34 whip stat, which is below average. And also it is worth noting that Luzardo has allowed a 339 batting average to the current Seattle roster, which is really bad. So in the end, I know that the Mariners are going through a rough stretch, but they remain a good team. They have the pitching advantage, and we are getting some very juicy odds on the first half. So I am willing to take a shot at this line. So again, my official play here, the Seattle Mariners first 5 innings money line at plus 130 odds right now. Up next, and like I said, all we have today are underdogs. The next one is I'm taking the Cleveland Guardians to win outright in Arizona today. They are small underdogs. The line is plus 105 or 2.05 in decimal right now. So here we're talking about 2 very inconsistent teams. They look fantastic at times and dreadful at others. So basically an upset is possible at any time with these teams, and I am betting on the fact that an upset will indeed occur today at Chase Field. And also, and this is the key reason why I'm taking the Guardians here, along with a few others, but the Guardians qualify under a very lucrative betting system called the Snapped Losing Streak number 2. Now pay attention to its rules because it has done wonders for us, especially this year. In fact, I can already tell you that this system has been very kind to us this year. We have racked up 24 wins versus only 12 losses for a gain of 8.84 units if you have been risking just 1 unit per play. Alright, so here are the rules. Fade the home team if they meet the following 3 criteria. They won their last game after losing at least 4 in a row. They're facing the same opponent as yesterday. And their money line is better than minus 200 today. So let me share my screen and let's take a look at the Arizona Diamondbacks schedule. Now, as you can see, yesterday they came from behind to prevail 6-5, which snapped a 4-game losing skid. Now, as you can see, they are facing the same opponent again, and their money line is a lot better than minus 200. In fact, it is around minus 125. So by following the rules, we must fade the home team, and that explains why I'm selecting the Guardians to win this game. Now, I know that this is an uncomfortable bet, given that Cleveland has won just 3 of its past 9 games overall, while also throwing to the Wolves Parker Messick for his MLB debut. The 24-year-old native from Florida comes to the big leagues after showing good flashes at AAA. Indeed, in his past 5 outings with Columbus, he has posted a sparkling 2.93 ERA along with a mind-boggling 0.88 whip stat. So watch out for his dynamic changeup, by the way, and I know that AAA is not the same as the big leagues, but at least he has shown good talent. Now Arizona will counter with Brandon Pfaadt. He has been very disappointing this season because he had shown marked improvement in his second season in MLB, but he seems to have regressed in 2025. In fact, a season ERA of 5.08 is simply unacceptable. And also, it is worth noting that he has squandered the 4th most hits in MLB this season. So I think we have a shot of winning this play on the Guardians to win straight up in Arizona at Chase Field. Let's take a short break of 10 seconds to show you a quick clip of my dog Cooper jumping in the lake. Alright, my next selection goes to the New York Yankees to win straight up in Tampa Bay at plus 110 odds. You can see a screenshot taken from the Pinnacle Sportsbook about an hour ago, so around 9:30 a.m. Now this is only a 2-star play, and also I want to mention a disclaimer here. It seems like every time I pick the Yankees, they tend to lose. So it's up to you to make your decision here. I'm still going to pick them to win, but it's been frustrating for me. Every time I pick them, they play badly. Now, after an awful middle part of the season, New York has overtaken the Red Sox for the 2nd spot in the AL East division. And now they are chasing the Jays hard. They are currently sitting 5 games behind Toronto. The Yankees have won 8 of their past 11 contests overall, and their offense has scored an average of 11 runs per game across their last 3 games. Now, on the other hand, Tampa has presented a poor 9-16 record during their last 25 games, and that has pretty much put them out of playoff contention, unfortunately. So why the heck are the Yankees underdogs today? Well, the answer is simple, because we have a huge pitching mismatch. Drew Rasmussen is very reliable, and he seems to leave his best for the Bronx Bombers. Indeed, against the current Yankees roster, he has a strikeout rate of 37.1%, and he has allowed a meager 161 batting average. That is impressive against such a tough lineup. So it will basically be a very tough task for rookie Cam Schlittler to stay toe-to-toe with Rasmussen today. But as the old saying goes, to be the best, you have to beat the best. Schlittler is coming off a solid performance against the Minnesota Twins, a game in which he surrendered just 2 hits and 1 run during 5 innings of work. So in short, the Yankees are hot, the Rays are cold, so I still believe they will find a way to get the W in this match, even though the pitching edge clearly goes to the Tampa Bay Rays in this case. So that is my third play for today. And now I have one more underdog on the menu for you, and the underdog in question is the San Francisco Giants, first half money line at plus 120 odds. You can see a screenshot taken from FanDuel earlier today. This is also a 2-star play, so as you can tell, the last 2 selections that I have mentioned to you are the ones that I like the least among the 4 that I've presented to you. And my favorite one was the Seattle Mariners first half money line. In this case, just like Cleveland, the Giants qualify under the snap losing streak number 2 betting strategy that has done wonders for us. In fact, San Diego halted its 4-game losing skid by winning yesterday. Their money line today is better than minus 200, and they are squaring off against the same opponent again. So by following the rules that we reviewed earlier, we must fade the home team, and that's why we should bet the Giants. And I have personally decided to go with the first half money line only in case something bad happens during the last few innings of the game. Now we have a couple of hard to trust starting hurlers taking the mound today. Landen Roupp has a pretty good 3.42 ERA, but it is masking an alarming 1.45 whip stat that alludes to him lacking command and control. And it also shows that there's been a lot of traffic on the bases when he's been on the mound, so he's been a bit lucky to get away with it, but it's not going to last forever. San Diego will start the ex-Athletics JP Sears. In his only start with his new club, Arizona belted him for 10 hits and 5 runs. And also, Sears has been struggling in 2025 in general, as evidenced by his 5.12 ERA this season. So in other words, I don't necessarily love this play, as you can tell, but I think the line should be closer to plus 110, so we have some value here at plus 120. It's not huge value, but profit is profit, so I'm willing to take a shot at it. And by the way, I would like to leave you by inviting you to watch a video I made that presents a good in-play wagering tactic in Major League Baseball that has racked up a lot of profit in recent years. So I invite you to check it out. This is a great video that could reward you with a lot of profit over many years. So just click the little card that is appearing at the bottom of your screen to view it. Alright, thanks a lot for watching. I'm Professor MJ. Subscribe to the channel to grow your bankroll. Cheers, my friend!